What is going on, guys? KrysticMusic here. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. We're glad to have you. Today we're going to be teaching you how to make a sampled beat on the Akai Professional MPC Studio MK2. Now this thing came out in 2021, and I got this last year just to get into the MPC game, and we're going to go ahead and test it to see how it holds up in 2026. You can go ahead and skim through some of my shorts that I have on this thing. This thing is a beast, and for the price point, if you're just getting into it, I highly suggest it. I'm definitely going to see if there's any new ones coming out in 2026, but this is still a big viable option if you're looking into it. So if you're just starting out, I recommend this one. It does have all the bells and whistles that the MPC standalone would have. That's why I got this one, so I can learn. And then your actual screen is going to be your monitor, right? Because this works with PC, laptop, whatever, which is perfect for me. As I'm a producer, I'm always at my computer anyways. That was not a problem for me. It's really just what you're going to get into the MPC world, right? The sampling world kind of thing. So stay for the video if you want to learn how to make a beat or just want to see what's out there and how easy it is to actually make a sampled beat and record it and everything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So this video is gonna be super easy, super beginner friendly. I'm just gonna tell you what to put where, how to literally get the music on and recorded, right? I'm gonna do some stuff on the pad and some stuff on the software, so you can kind of see both just in case. And we'll go ahead and get into it. So this is what you're gonna be loaded into. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up just a new project. I don't have anything to save, so this is what you're going to be put into. This is the kind of your home page right here on the top left, and if you hover over everything, it'll tell you program edit, sample edit, pad mixer, main mode, right? And then these are your programs, samples, everything like that. So let's go ahead and get into what you're wanting to do here. So I'm just going to make a sampled beat, because I'm assuming that's what everybody wants to do. If you can make a sampled beat, you can make your own beat as easy as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put a sample on these pads. As you can see, these pads line up with what I'm pressing here on the actual pad. Go ahead and get a sample. This is just from Splice, literally dragging it over from Splice and hopping it on to the actual pad, right? I'm going to cancel because I already have it there. Okay, so we're going to go on full level, which is full volume. Go ahead and press that and you'll see it's going to play. All right, so we have our sample here, and now we can go to sample edit, which I'm just going to go ahead and set my kind of cue points for where I want each sound to play on the pad. So to do that on the pad, I can go to mode and sample edit. Then I'm already in the sample editor. To do that on the program, let's go back home. It's just literally right here onto sample edit. We're just doing shortcuts, which is kind of cool, so you can learn. If you ever want to upgrade your MPC, you'll learn all the shortcuts. So I'm going to go to mode sample edit, and here you see your sample editor. I'm going to go to, you want to make sure this is on chop, right? There's trim, chop, program. I'm going to go on chop because I'm going to tell it what pad to get each beat on, right? Just for the sake of the video, I'm going to make this easy. So I'm going to just go on every measure, right? So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now we're done. Basically, that's all you need to do for the sample edit part. Basically, just go as long as you want or as long as the sample is. As you can tell, they're all sampled and put on the actual pad, right? So we're going to go ahead and edit those. So the next step, literally step 3, is going to be to edit them. So you can move them using your mouse, right? I can move this how it starts, right? But to get the practice in, if I ever want to upgrade, I'm going to be saying that a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and go to sample start. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see it on my actual screen here. And we're going to go to sample start, which is the start, so we don't really need that, but we're going to go to sample end. And as you can tell, it's not really at the very end, right? So I'm just going to move that over. And I'm holding shift because if I don't hold shift, it's just going to jump, right? And it might miss it. You see, I'm missing it. So I'm going to hold shift and then go over, and right there seems perfect to me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of my samples real quick. So just 1 second. So I got all my samples the way I want them, right? The starting and end points. Next step is to actually put them on the pad, right? 2 ways you could do that. The first way is going to non-destructive convert, this top one here. You can go to new program and it'll do it. If you want to extract the new samples, so let's say I want this sound that's on this pad on its own, right? I would hit extract new samples, right? Which in some cases is better to do. But right now, I'm going to go new program, this top one, non-destructive. So it's not going to make any new samples. It's just going to do the ones that I have here. And press do it. If I go back here to our little home page, you'll see that a program is now made. It titles it the song title. So this sample is OSS IS2 883 Song Starter Vintage, right? That's just the name of the sample from Splice. So this is the program we were on. This is the one that we just made, right? So we can double click that and it'll put it onto your pads, right? Or you can drag it onto the pads. Either way it works. And these are the samples that we just made. And regarding the colors, it's blue right now. It's default blue. You can change the colors. Maybe I'll get into that in a new video. Right now, I'm just focused on getting the beat on there. So I just put my samples to the top 2 rows just so we can know that these are the samples, right? So now the next step is to add the drums, right? I want to add some drums to this, right? And since you have these on each pad now, whatever you press, like let's say if I wanted to tune this one down, I can go ahead and tune it. And I can tune it down or up as I want it, right? So just like that, you can manipulate each and every sound. If you wanted to add a reverb or something like that, a delay, this is where you would do it right here on your inserts. You can add any of these kind of effects that it comes with to each sound. We won't get too into that today. Literally, you can manipulate any of these kind of knobs that you want. But right now, we're just focused on getting the beat on there. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's say if you have Splice open or any folder in your computer, since that's what we're working with right now. I'm going to go ahead and place a snare right here, right? And I'm going to go ahead and do a kick drum right here. So we have a kick drum, snare drum. Next, I'm going to add a hi-hat just so we have one. Closed hi-hat. And I'm going to add maybe like a ride in there and a crash, right? And just like that, you can, however many pads you have, right? And of course, we have these on the side here. You have a limited number of pads. This is how you create, said beat, right? You have all your instruments and you can kind of play with them as you would like. And to get the volume, it's on the level. So let's say I wanted the snare a little bit lower. You can make that a little bit lower. Hi-hat a little bit lower as well. Crash a little bit lower. To make an actual beat, we're going to go ahead and press stop so nothing's playing. So we can set the metronome. Right now it's at 120. So this is 83 BPM, the sample. So I'm just going to use that. We're at 83. Okay, so now we're at 83. The metronome should be there. Let me just show y'all for right now. Let me go 2 bars. So to get that effect that most people want when they see a sampler, to loop it again and again, you're going to go ahead and click overdub instead of record, right? So right now I have no audio. I'm going to make sure that the track select that I have is on track 1, because that's just what we made, right? This is track 1, program 1, right? And when I say track 1, if I go over here to my track list, you can see that this is track 1, right? We only have 1 track because we only made 1 track. Let's say we wanted a bass line or something, we would just add a track, right? But for now, we're going to go on track 1. And so everything's good to go. And we're just going to go back home and record our first little bit. So we're going to turn overdub on, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of just do the sample, right? So let me just start. I'm going to press play, that's blinking, and it'll tap me in and go in. And it's going to loop. So it's going to loop until I tell it to stop. Let's do the same thing, but we're going to let it play through, and I'm just going to add instruments, right? And this quantize setting here is basically just there to help you. If you're off beat a little bit, it'll put you on beat, basically. So if you want to do some triplets or something or go crazy, I'd recommend turning this off and quantize off, right? But for now, we'll leave that on just so we can get the notes on beat. So I'm going to go ahead and press stop, overdub, press play, and we'll go ahead and do the thing. And that is what I kind of wanted to happen, right? Because you're going to run into that. I got this question as well. So right now it's in mono, which means only 1 sample can play at a time, right? So we're going to go back to our program edit, and we're going to change this to poly because it's set to mono, right? We're going to go to poly, which means that we can do 2 pads at the same time. So now we'll go back and let this play, and we'll see what difference that made. So now, as you can tell, we're able to have all the pads playing at the same time. So we're not running into that issue where the kick drum and the sound that we have will not play at the same time. Everything's on the same time. This kick isn't stopping this sound right here. So you should be all set. Now you're all set, good to go to jam out. You can add whatever you want. I'll just add a hi-hat and a snare. So we're gonna go stop, overdub. Remember, overdub is just going to allow you to record on the loop. All right, so as you could tell, nice and easy, no confusion whatsoever. You're making your beat, right? So that is basically all you would need to know to make your first beat. Now we're on track 1, right? If you want, you can add as many tracks as you would like to this. So I can scroll down here with our MIDI tracks. This is track 1. Let's say we want to get something on track 2. We can go ahead and record on track 2. So stop, overdub, play. I can record something, right? So track 1 is currently playing. If I'm just gonna play something totally random on track 2, right? So I have a snare going right there. So now we have track 1, track 2, and the track 2 is my snare drum, right? I'm gonna zoom this out. So the track 2 is the snare drum we just made. So for example, if you want your drums on track 1, track 2, you can have your sample, you know, any instruments. And you can keep going, right? You can have a bass line on track 3. You can have a vocal on track 4. All your tracks can keep going, right? And then as you export, you can export it as whatever you would like, right? You can even export it as an Ableton live set. But yeah, so as you can see, you can kind of build off of this, use this video, and kind of repeat the process of this video for each track, and you'll be able to make a beat of your own, right? I just wanted to give you the basics because I know that people are getting stuck on some parts on my minute TikTok video. So I want to go ahead and make this video. One thing that people kind of forget, there is this, right? And you can export the audio simply by pressing this, right? So if I tap this, this will export the audio and I can drag this anywhere, right? So if I wanted to drag this, let's say to just my PC right here, I can go ahead and drag this audio and just plop it down right there and it'll be there. And you can do the same thing with MIDI. This is MIDI. So if I wanted to do this, it would export the MIDI file. So this is like the WAV file, this is the MIDI file. If you wanted to drag and drop this into Ableton or FL Studio, whatever you wanted, you can actually do that. So you can make the sample easily in MPC Studio 2 and then kind of drag and drop it into whatever DAW that you're using, which is so cool. I use it all the time. Literally, whenever I use this thing, I use it. But anyways, I hope that helped. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or any specific parts that you're stuck on, let me know in the comments below. I'll respond to them. And that'll be it for this one. Let me know if y'all want more videos on this specific MPC. But this is just, I love this thing. I couldn't recommend it any more than I've already recommended it. You guys get the picture. As always, don't stop making music and don't stop listening to music. My name is KrysticMusic, and I'm out. Peace.